This is a fair use video according to the copyright laws of 1976. Shalom, Ahab, Wa Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Wahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwath, salutations. Nate does it again. He said that this microchip has nothing to do with scripture. Let's listen. Let's listen.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Y'all see that? Now you want. I've been telling y'all it's talking about sin for a long time. We just read what it is. What's in the hand of America and what's in her forehead? Read.
Having a golden cup in her hand.
In her hand. Go ahead.
Full of abominations.
No, a microchip.
Full of abominations.
Full of abominations.
And filthiness.
And filthiness.
Of her fornication.
So that's in her hand. Now let's see what's in her forehead.
And upon her forehead.
Okay, her forehead, her mind.
Was a name written.
What is it?
Mystery. Babylon the Great.
Read.
The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
I thought it was a microchip.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? Okay, the 500, this is the IUIC update. We're in June 2016. Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchip. It's June. Ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchips. It's June. Somebody should put a beat to that shit.
Lord, come to pass.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. Chips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. It's June. Ain't no microchips.
I implanted an RFID chip into my hand. User discretion advised, but here are the details. I purchased the RFID implant from DangerousThings.com. This is a dual chip RFID NFT implant kit. It comes pre-sterilized with all of the implant tools and instructions that you need to do it yourself at home. All it took was a little bit of convincing and a couple of beers, and my buddy was ready to perform surgery. At the end of the day, surgery was a success. Call me crazy, but the possibilities are endless, and I can't wait to see what future projects I work on with this thing.
It's June. Somebody should put a beat to that shit.
Lord, come to pass.
We in June. Ain't no microchips. We in June. Ain't no microchips. Chips. We in June.
Next month is June, everybody. 2026. Is there a microchip?
Ain't no microchips. June. Ain't no microchips.
All right, we've heard enough. Let's get a couple scriptures. I wanted to start by bringing out, what he said was for an unlearned person, he twisted the word up so perfectly. His, you know what? Let's get, I want to start with the scripture because it's perfect. Let's go over to the book of Titus. And we're going to get it in NLT. Titus chapter 1 NLT. Now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. Let me get a good version of it. There we go. So we're going to scroll down to, oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's get in the NLT. For there are many rebellious people who engage in useless talk and deceive others, especially this is especially true to those who insist I can't read it in the NLT. I knew there was something wrong right when I pulled it up. So let's go ahead and get it in the King James, because what the NLT just did right there is they tried to change the word. And you know how we feel about that. We don't change the word. Titus chapter 1, KJV authorized. Yes. So like I told you before, if you haven't read the Bible, you want to stick to the versions like the King James and just look the words up. Because what the NLT did in that situation was they changed. It says even those people that they think of circumcision salvation, but it's not saying that. What it was saying is the people that are Israelites. So they tried to change the meaning of that verse. So that's why you have to study with the original doctrines first. And then sometimes they'll bring out something good, but that wasn't one of them. But let's get in it. Let's go to the King James. Sorry, Salakia. This is why I'm going to read it to you right now. This is Titus 1:10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Especially they of the circumcision. You see how that works? So the people the people that are of the circumcision are the Israelites, because that was part of our birthright, that we would have our male children circumcised, I think like in the first week or something like that. And of course now that you be circumcised in your heart and your mind. It's no longer a physical thing. But anyway, going back to it. So verse 11 it says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. So wait a second. When Nathaniel first started, they were teaching the name, they were teaching correct doctrine, they were doing everything the right way. And now they have started destroying whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, and it's for dirty money. When he's talking about the MOTB, when he's talking about that subdermal implant, because when you go into the scripture, let's do it. Let's go over to the Revelation real quick. Because when you're in Revelation and you're reading it for yourself in chapter 13, what you have to do is go to you got to look the words up like I said. So in order to get the correct breakdown out of Revelation, you have to go to the Blue Letter Lexicon. So let's do it. Revelation chapter 13, Blue Letter Lexicon. All right. And I hate it when they do this. They always have to have somebody has their own version of the blue letter, and it's horrible because it's put up like the blue letter, but it's not. Okay, so the most important thing is you want to go down to Revelation, and it says, verse 16, and it says, and I'm just isolating down to what Nathaniel's talking about. He says, and causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand and in their forehead. So we got to really look up that word mark, because in the scriptures, mark is charagma, and a charagma is a mark, stamp. That's a physical thing. But really, the modern day, so this is how they would do it back in ancient times, and they actually did this to the Israelites. The Romans did. They would, you ever go to a frat, and in black fraternities, you would have to be branded, right? And it's weird. I only see that in black fraternities. So when you're getting branded, that started with the Romans. They were branding you so they could see that mark to let everybody know that you were one of their followers. So now in this day and age, that same mark, it's an imprinted mark, or a mark, a stamp, in the right hand of the forehead as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. But really what it is, it's a, that's what it's going to be. You cannot buy, sell, or trade unless you receive that. In this day and age, like I said, it's going to be a digital subscription so you can participate in the future society. A digital subscription to your future society. And that way, when you give that that power over, you're giving complete and total power to your master. That's why the description breaks down to followers of the Antichrist. It's carved, sculpted, graven. It's also a subdermal implant placed beneath the skin of it's a subdermal implant of a foreign object placed beneath the skin. Okay? A subdermal foreign object placed beneath the skin. So in the context, when it says that you have to receive a mark in your, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a subdermal implant in their right hand or their forehead of a foreign object that's placed beneath the skin. Okay? And no man might buy, sell, or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So, and the brother that brought out the class earlier from GMS, he said it exactly right. When you go into Revelation, and it's describing Babylon with the cup in her hand and iniquity written in her forehead, it's describing a place. Okay? It's describing a place. That's what it's doing. It's describing a place. When it's talking about the charagma, the M-A-R-K, it's talking about a physical placement of a foreign object. Those are two different. See, this is what I'm saying. His lies are so clever that you would think that they were true. He's very clever. The guy's like, he's not stupid. He's got $100 million in the bank, and it's not from being a dummy. And people love giving their money to him too. So believe me when I tell you this. He's a liar. And he's not coming in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. This guy is a deceiver. This guy is a true deceiver. And Salakia. And when his time is up, the Most High is going to reveal his deception. And everybody's going to see him for who he really is. So we're always talking about let the elders who rule well be counted worthy of double honors. Well, this guy is not, he's not one of them. This guy is the wicked. He's beyond the wicked. I don't even know how you could say it, but like I said though, I'll bring out one more, because he literally like I said, he literally is one of the most deceptive, wicked, evil liars of our time. He's super famous, $100 million in the bank. Like I said, in the end, he'll be revealed, and we'll all see him for who he really is. So let's get a quick precept on that. Luke 8:17, real quick. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Well, what is he hiding? He's lying. And why is he lying? For filthy lucre's sake. He's doing it for dirty money. And that's what's going to be revealed in the end, that we were telling the truth about this guy. He was doing it for money the whole time. It was all about power and gain. And when you go into the church, they invited me to be in IUIC about, 7 or 8 years ago. And it was like, I started looking into them. I wanted to see what these guys were about, because I don't trust nobody. They were doing background checks. I found out he was a detective. I mean, they were really doing these things. They will run your ID and put you in jail before you ever make it to a seat in their church. And then, if you do make it to the seat, they're going to charge you, because you have to buy the precept package. You have to buy the garments. You have to pay to go to any of the events. You have to pay to be a member. And then you have to tithe every week. These dudes ain't joking. I'm surprised they don't have an ATM in their church. So this whole charagma ain't no microchip thing, it's really all about him making money and keeping you guys out of the truth, while the government steadily tries to find ways to switch all of our currency to digital, and then they're going to find a way to they're going to have a biometric digital currency, and that's all there is to it. It's going to be a law. And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. Shalom.